Why, hello there everyone, welcome back to the Star Wars headquarters. Hope you're all doing good, and for those of you in the US, hope you all had a happy 4th of July weekend. And we are back talking about EA Play, which is coming up on July 22nd at 10 a.m. PT time. Super excited for it, hoping that we get some Star Wars news at EA Play. We'll see what happens. Again, being cautiously optimistic over here at the Star Wars headquarters. Now, I'm going to talk about this article that was written by Game Rant. It's a really interesting write-up, and it's an article that argues why it's the perfect time for EA to announce a Battlefront 3. Now, you wouldn't guess that's what the article is about by the title, but this is what the title is. It says Star Wars Battlefront 3 isn't needed, but it would be a welcome surprise. Now, I don't agree with this first part of the statement. I feel like a Battlefront 3 is absolutely needed because, as you know, Battlefront 2 support has been halted completely. There's no DLC for Battlefront 2, and we Battlefrontians, if you will, are just sitting here twiddling our thumbs with nothing new to play. And don't get me wrong, I love the existing Star Wars Battlefront 2 as it is. They did a great job updating it before ending support. But again, there's no new content, and there's so much more they could do. They could offer new Clone Wars content like Coruscant, new Clone Wars heroes like Ahsoka, Ventress, Cad Bane, and so on. There's so much they could do. They could explore the whole Mandalorian season 1 and season 2 and the upcoming season 3. Again, so much content they could do in a Battlefront 3. So I don't agree with this initial statement where they say Star Wars Battlefront 3 isn't needed, but they do say, but it would be a welcome surprise. Now, the rest of the article does make a really good argument on why it's the perfect time for EA to announce a Battlefront 3. So they said another entry in the Star Wars Battlefront series may not be necessary. Again, I don't agree with that statement. Now it goes on to say, but would make a lot of sense. It has been 4 years since the release of Star Wars Battlefront 2, a troubled game in terms of reception, but a successful one in terms of sales. Since then, many have wondered if Star Wars Battlefront 3 will be next in line. The game would likely be another hit, but EA and DICE have yet to confirm another multiplayer online shooter. And right here where they say the game would be likely another hit, totally agree. If they did a Battlefront 3, it would be a huge smash hit success, as long as they did it right, of course, and as long as they don't do any microtransactions or anything stupid like that. So as long as they learn from the mistakes from Battlefront 2, I think a Battlefront 3 would be immensely successful. Now, it goes on to say it says, there have been plenty of rumors about the development of Star Wars Battlefront 3, and EA is likely feeling the pressure to release another solid Star Wars title. Even with E3 coming to a close and no Battlefront 3 announcement in sight, the stars in a galaxy far, far away could align just right for Battlefront 3 to be released in the near future. That being said, the game would need to be done right if it were to be released. And I totally agree. That's what we just talked about now. It goes on to say the following here. They make another argument that the Star Wars Battlefront games are a commercial success. They are commercial successes. So that is yet another big reason why I don't think EA is going to pass up on a Battlefront 3. Now, it says one of the biggest reasons that Star Wars Battlefront 3 makes sense is a financial one. The Battlefront titles are some of the best-selling Star Wars games. The Battlefront series started in 2004, and its sequel launched in 2005. After a 10-year hiatus, the games returned with Star Wars Battlefront in 2015 and Star Wars Battlefront 2 2 years after. And those 4 games are all in the top 10 highest selling Star Wars titles since 1995, with the 2015 and 2017 games taking the number 1 and 3 spots respectively. And I did make a video about that previously, about how the sales for the Battlefront series are literally the best sales of any Star Wars games. And what they just said there in the article is 100% true. Battlefront takes the top spot for top selling games. And again, I don't see them just disregarding the Battlefront franchise at all. And, going into EA Play, I'm still being very cautious about this, of course, but I'm really hoping that we do get something. So it then goes on to say, if sales are high, clearly fans have enjoyed the series as well. Even though Battlefront 2 failed to meet expectations, plenty of Star Wars enthusiasts picked up the game. Now, I think when they talk about failed to meet expectations, I think they're talking about the initial launch, because as we all know, the initial launch was terrible. But overall, I think in the end, after all of the updates and after all the work they put into it, I don't think it really failed expectations in the end. Now, it goes on to say Battlefront 2, unfortunately disappointed thanks to its pay-to-win nature, microtransaction mismanagement, and design flaws, but there has been a player base still intact. Additionally, there is an opportunity to build off what has been put in place over the past few years. It then goes on to say there have been whispers that Battlefront 3 is in the works, but that has yet to be confirmed. Those rumors built up a lot of excitement because there are a plethora of fans for this multiplayer series. Even if Battlefront 2 had hiccups, many see Battlefront 3 as an opportunity to address the concerns, start fresh, and create a quality Star Wars multiplayer experience. And I want to kind of talk about that in sentences there because, of course, Battlefront 3 would be a way for them to fix the wrongs of the past games, of course. Now, would they drop the 3 in the name and just create like a Star Wars Battlefront reboot from the beginning as a fresh slate, a fresh start? That's something that I've wondered as well. Or maybe create like the Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition, where it takes the best things from the classic games, the classic 2005 games, and then also takes the best from Battlefront 1, 2015, and the Battlefront 2, 2017, and then merge them all into kind of a Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate game. So I think there's a lot of things they could do with it. And I do wonder sometimes if they would drop the 3 and just make and give us a Battlefront Ultimate Edition. Now, we're going to wrap up the article here. Reading this article, it says EA should continue to provide quality Star Wars content. And it goes on to say the fact that EA lost its Star Wars exclusivity means the publisher has to work harder to put out quality content. After almost a decade of being the sole publisher for the beloved IP, EA only came up with 4 core video games. 2 of those titles were in the Star Wars Battlefront series. The others were Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, the single-player game from Respawn Entertainment, and Star Wars Squadrons. And of course, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, in my opinion, is one of the best Star Wars games ever made. And then, the Star Wars Squadrons was a blast to play. It says even once the exclusivity deal's up, EA can still make games under the Star Wars umbrella. That being said, EA could end the Star Wars deal strong even before the deal is completely over, with a great sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and a solid Star Wars Battlefront game. With that, it could make up for how it bungled some of its previous years. Totally agree. So again, there's a lot of reasons why EA should continue the Battlefront franchise, and Lucasfilm Games should continue this franchise. Now, leave your comments down below. Join in on the conversation. Do you think we are going to get a Star Wars Battlefront 3 announcement or some type of Battlefront announcement at EA Play on July 22nd at 10 a.m. PT time? Leave your comments down below. Again, I'm being super guarded with this, of course. I get excited talking about the possibility of a Battlefront 3, but I do want to say we all should be cautiously optimistic as we head into EA Play this month. So I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, but again, I love talking about this stuff, which is why I talk about it. Battlefront is literally the thing that got me into Star Wars in the first place. So if they were to announce a Battlefront 3, I would totally freak out, but we'll see what happens when we near EA Play. But that's going to do it for the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.